Hi dear friends, good morning. Today I came to this lovely park to share my experience with you about studying for IELTS and getting the score of 8 in the listening part. So look at this beautiful park first. Look, I come here sometimes in the morning for running, and this is my bike. Here, it's a great park. Here there was a great rain this morning, and there are lots of things to be grateful about in every day if you look carefully. So I'm gonna share with you three tips for getting the score of 8 in the IELTS test, the listening part, okay? Let's start with the first tip. If you look for the first tip, my first tip is here. If you're looking for getting the point, try to guess what might be inside this pack. So, as you can see, there's a pack here, and my first tip is inside it, like I use a hands-free. What does it mean? It means you have to, just sometimes it gets into it, so it means you have to listen as much as you can, right? You have to listen as much as you can, because listening is a great tip for surrounding yourself with English resources, right? Listening is a great tip for surrounding yourself with English resources. When you listen very much, your mind will get full of data, full of English words, full of English expressions, that it might be easier for you to understand new vocabulary, new expressions, and new stuff. So try to listen to English podcasts, English files, English actually audios, whatever you like, whatever you're interested in, like, I don't know, about teaching music, I don't know, about learning cooking, learning, I don't know, about environment documentaries. Turn them into voice files and just take them with yourself and use them while commuting to work, while going somewhere. Try to listen all the time. Even when you're doing something at home, just play the stuff on your laptop, on your mobile. Let the English words come into your mind, because you need to listen. Think of kids, think of small kids. How do they learn a language in 2 years, in 1 year? They're just listening. When they're even, their mother is pregnant, when they're in their mother's tummy, they're just listening all the time. They're listening to the words their mother's saying, and when they're born, they're in this word, their father is talking in that language, their mother is talking in that language. They're all the time listening. All the words are getting into their ears. So that's why they learn the language in 1 year, 2 years. So you can do this. You can get yourself to a point like being getting a IELTS like 7 or 8 by listening consistently, listening all the time, at least for 1 year, at least for like about 2 years. It depends on you and your intention, but you have to listen. You have to listen as much as you can. So start listening today. Make sure you take your stuff for listening, your headphones, your AirPods, whatever you have. Make sure you have them with yourself all the time. Listen as much as you can, whatever free time you find, even not free time, even the time you're engaging with another activity, your brain is still working, because your brain is very smart. So make sure you take it with yourself and listen as much as you can. Let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is in this notebook. I had a great notebook once. I took some IELTS courses and I had some classes. Tip number 2 is in this notebook. And what's that? So it's related to tip number 1. Do you remember? You were listening all the time. Okay, so sometimes you have to listen and write the sentences down. What does it mean? It means you listen, you pause, you write them down. Listen, another sentence, pause, write them down. Okay, so if you do this activity over and over, you need to focus on that language. You need to focus on what you hear. So you are going to get the sentences, you're going to get the expressions clearly. And you are not supposed to write all the sentences exactly the same. If you look at my notebook, you see I have some actually parts that I have red pens over my sentences. I've corrected the mistakes I had. So you can also do the same. You can also do this technique. Write whatever you understand. Leave the left empty, or write your first guess. Then later on you're going to correct it. This activity is called transcribing. When you are transcribing, you're listening to these sentences and writing them down. It really works. It really works. As for me, when I started learning English, I was like 10 or 11. After about 1 year, we had those new interchange books. It was around 20 years ago. We had those new interchange books. And some parts of the book, we had some rest of conversation, that the conversation was in the book, but we didn't have the text inside the book. So our teacher asked us to listen to this part and write it down yourself. So as I was listening myself, I was trying to write them down. I felt really like improving, you know. I felt really like getting something and getting better and better at English, because it was really helpful, and it will be really helpful for you if you start doing it today. So don't hesitate, start doing it today, because the worst enemy to success is hesitation and procrastination. So do not hesitate, just start doing the stuff today, and you will see the result very, very soon. Let's move on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is here in my hands. I will show it to you. Okay, you see a lot of them. Now you might guess. Yes, we have some books here, some black books. They're very popular, as you know. These books have standard IELTS tests, right? You can buy the academic ones or general ones, depending on the test you want to take. Now, they have some listening parts, listening sectors, that you have to, actually the listening sections, you have to listen to these parts and specify those 60 minutes time, those specific time, and you have to create a situation like exactly like the exam and answer the test as if you are taking the real exam. So how does it help you? When you do the test for the first time, you're gonna answer all the questions. You might have a lot of mistakes. You might have many mistakes, losing concentration, or maybe because of misunderstanding, but you have to continue answering all the questions. At the same time, you're gonna actually find out about your true answers. How? You're gonna check the answer key. There is an answer key at the end of the book. You can use the answer key at the end of the book to check your answers. Then you have to actually spend the time after correcting your answers. You have to spend more time on actually analyzing your mistakes. This is very, very helpful, okay? So I repeat that. You have to spend some more time on analyzing your mistakes. Why? Because there are many sentences, many words that you misunderstood, and you have to find the reason. Why did you misunderstood? Why did you get the wrong answer? Because, you know, sometimes the answer is paraphrased. Most of the time it's been said in another language, in another word, the synonym words. You have to understand the reason why, and you have to actually, after correcting like 5 tests, 10 tests, you will really understand your weakness. So your weakness is on vocabulary part, or I don't know, loss of concentration, or there are many other reasons that you might not be able to get the right answer. So you have to try it. You have to try it today, because by trying, actually answering these questions, you can get to know yourself, you can get to correct yourself, you can get to actually understand your mistakes and learn how to improve yourself. It was my last tip, but I strongly suggest this tip after like you get to advanced level, you get to a level that you can take actual tests, you can take the real tests. Maybe after at least 1 year of studying English, if you are a non-native speaker, and if you just start from the scratch today, so you after at least 1 year try this technique. But the first 2 techniques I told you, try them today and you will see the results, okay? And I would like you to share your opinion, share your experience in the comments below. If you have an experience about studying IELTS, if you have any challenges, I will answer your comments. I will answer your questions below. Just comment below the video and don't hesitate. I will truly answer you as soon as I can, as soon as possible for me. So just start today and make your best effort to do these tips. So let's review the tips together one more time. We had 3 tips. Tip number 1 was to listen. Listen as much as you can, right? Surround yourself with English resources. Tip number 2 was to transcribe. Listen and write. Listen and write the sentences you hear, exactly like the audio file that you hear. I would like you to listen and write them down because it's pretty helpful. This exercise is very, very helpful and helps you very, very much. And the last but not least for advanced learners was taking IELTS actual test, the listening sector only, the listening part only, and correcting your mistakes and analyzing your mistakes and how you can actually improve yourself, okay? So try these 3 tips, write your experience, write your weakness points, write your questions about IELTS in the comments below. And if you find this video useful, just don't hesitate to like it and subscribe to my channel because I need your support, I need your help to create new videos, create new helpful videos based on my experience. I live in Turkey, you know, here we have a great park and the weather is rainy most of the time. We had a great rain today, and I really like you to succeed in whatever you do in your IELTS test. And I wish you a great day. Thanks for watching my video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I really like to see you the next time. Goodbye everyone.